Hi, welcome to another video. Today I'm looking at a genre that I've only dabbled in with my street photography and night photography, and that is urban photography or urban landscapes. It's a genre of photography that focuses on capturing the essence and dynamics of urban environments, typically in cities and towns, and it involves documenting various aspects of urban life, architecture, street scenes, and the overall atmosphere of a city. In this video I'd like to highlight 8, there are 8 I'd like to think on: cityscapes, street scenes, urban landscapes, architecture, graffiti and street art, night photography, city life and urban decay. With cityscapes, the photographs can depict the skyline and the architecture of a city or a town, often taken from elevated vantage points. Think about all those old picture postcards in the past, when they've captured the essence of a town or a city. With street scenes, we can focus on candid shots of people going about their daily lives and urban settings, capturing the hustle and bustle of a city street. That's the street photography element. With urban landmarks, these can be images of iconic buildings, monuments and structures that define kind of the city's identity. Architecture goes without saying. Detailed and creative shots of buildings and bridges and other man-made structures, highlighting their design and lines. Graffiti and street art, not one of my favourite subjects, but photographs of urban art, murals and graffiti found in public spaces can bring to life the story and vibrancy of a place. Night photography, capturing the city's illuminated beauty during the night, including city lights and traffic trail lights. City lifestyle, now these are portraits or candid shots of people engaged in urban activities such as dining at cafes, shopping or commuting. And finally, urban decay, and that's exploring and photographing abandoned buildings, neglected areas, and the contrasting elements of decay and growth in a city. So as well as any form of photography, creativity, composition, and an eye for detail will play a significant role in creating compelling urban images. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to do a walkabout, see what I can see. I won't do night shots and things like that because it's the middle of the day, But we can see if we can capture some of the essence of Folkestone, because there are old buildings, there's certainly urban decay, there's going to be a street photography element. So I think it's just about walking around and seeing what I can find. Urban photography. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Let's go. It's actually quite an interesting exercise. I wasn't, if you've not done urban photography before, then you've just got to step out and see if you can, thinking about what you're looking for. Is there urban decay? Is this a street scene? Are there straight lines in architecture? So let me just talk you through a couple of shots that I took there. The issue is, do you present them as black and white, or do you present them as colour images? And the reason is, if you're taking a picture of someone, say, with a t-shirt and it's a really vibrant colour, you'd want that to stand out. But if the colour detracts from the subject of the individual, and the individual themselves with perhaps a beard or piercings or tattoos, you'd say, well, I think I might make that black and white because then it presents the person more than the vibrant colour. So let's have a look here. I got this shot of the new builds that Saga are doing, the guy who runs Saga, and I thought, yeah, that's got kind of multiple shapes and the light is reflecting lovely on the windows, so I was quite pleased with that. I think most of these are going to be portrait, by the way. And the other thing is, it's not landscape and it's not street photography. Urban photography is everything else you want to take a picture of, whether it's, you know, a bunch of tables with chairs and some flowers on them, you know, in little vases, depicting anticipation. Will someone please come and sit at my table? That kind of thing. And actually it's really liberating, because it means if you're going to do urban photography, you can take pictures of everything else that you wouldn't normally take photographs of. So of course I took a picture of the fishing boats, because that represents to me the kind of the urban landscape of Folkestone, and it's still very much a fishing village. I saw this, the archway at the Stade. I thought, well, that's nice, capture it with the two people walking by. But then I waited until they'd walked by, and I guess it just bathed in sunlight. Very nice. Could be colour, could be black and white. What do you think? Which one's best? The Mermaid. Again, it's not landscape, it's not street photography, but it does talk about what Folkestone is, with the lighthouse in the background. A beach scene. It's almost a postcard scene, right? But I like the lines along the promenade with all the archways. Very much man-made structure and architecture. Got a couple of street scenes here, because we've got someone buying something and someone laughing at their idea of their purchase. And then we've got a guy walking along in a kilt, ginger hair. You've got to leave that in colour, right? What's that saying? We're on our way surfing. Lovely. Then I get, you know, just kind of randomly looking up a flower box. But I like this one. This is the stairways walking up to the top of the Warren. It's not the Warren, is it? But the houses at the top. But I like the lines. Got a bit of urban decay here. Look at the garage door on there. And then if I actually just panned round to the right, we got the houses. Little back street. And I spied a door. Everyone takes a picture of a door, don't they? A private bar. I took two shots, one with flash and one without. I wasn't sure about the lighting there. And then we just walked down past the harbour arm, and we've got the girl doing some singing for us. Yeah, she's singing her heart out. And then finally, just outside the Folkestone Fishing Museum, we've got the, what do you call it, the life preserver. I think what I'll do now is walk up the creative arts section, see if I can get some street graffiti, street art, some architecture, maybe some decaying urban legend. That's what was making the noise. Hold. Oh yeah, show us what you got, mate. Right, I'm going to walk up not Tontine Street, the creative arts. I don't know what it's called. Let's see if I can get some more photographs. It's coffee time. before I start looking at the pictures, what an interesting and actually quite fulfilling exercise, and also liberating, because I'm not restricting myself to a specific genre, you know, street photography, and if it was nighttime, night photography. I think what it's telling me is that you can take photographs of everything and anything. Remember my video, Finding Beauty in Everything? So, coming up through the old high street, it was a case of looking up at the buildings, looking at the people, looking at the empty chairs, looking in shop windows, just trying to capture Folkestone life. I did get some architecture. So I'm walking up and I spied an old Banksy which has been removed off the wall and placed inside this shop window. I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so a couple of shots up the old high street. I spied a QR code. I'm not going to scan it. I've no idea where that's going to go. But is it art? It's modern art, isn't it? Creative Quarter. A couple of alleyway shots. And then I got the empty chairs beckoning. It's really nice. It also then suggests you could play around with these images in post-production, give them some kind of a haze or an HDR effect. A bit of architecture, because we can see the purple and the old building, and it makes me wonder, you know, you're honing in on the colour. Should it be made black and white, right? I need a drink. I'm a bit parched. Now I've burnt my tongue. Creative Quarter, a couple of shop windows. I like the old ghost sign. Have you seen ghost signs around the towns where you are? Yeah, that was the best one of that. I liked the old Emporium. I got the whole building, but I then think, you know, when you're at 18 mil, you get a kind of, the perspective goes like that, doesn't it? I think there's a term for it, but I can't remember what it is. Drop me a comment if you know. And I was thinking, I'll get a shot of the Emporium just by itself, nice shop front, straight on, you know, no angles. And then I got one with like 6 or 7 people in, and like I couldn't have got that if I wanted. So, you know, we can keep both of them in there. Obligatory alleyway shot. And then this is the kind of abandoned building above Bon Marché, where they've been doing some renovations and then they've apparently just abandoned it and left it. But it makes for nice sort of perpendicular shapes and colours. And here's the old boy. Take a picture of me. Not so much street photography as portrait. I wonder if I can play around with that. Let me play around with it, see if I can make it look sparkly. I think black and white would work. Yeah, not bad. It's a bit of street photography, guy on his phone. And then to finish off, I saw the old escalators from the supermarket. So of course you've got the street scene, which I've now captured. That's August 2023. How will it look in 10 years' time? Interesting concept. But then if I zoom in, I get the lines of the building and the little veranda and the escalator going up. So all in all, a really fruitful exercise. Now I'm in the market for a handheld compact camera, and I think that would be perfect for this kind of photography, just walking around, snap, 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 taking pictures. What was I saying? Compact camera. Now I'm looking at Sony Cybershots and Canon PowerShot G7s, G7X, Mark 1, 2, 3, whatever. As long as it's got 20 megapixel camera and I can record video on it, then I'm looking at these, and obviously secondhand because I want to try them out. All I've used on this channel so far is a DSLR or film photography, and I thought, yeah, it'd be interesting to try and expand that. So I think urban photography, whoa, blowy, blowy. Folkestone's blowy. Urban photography with a handheld compact camera, which I can review at the same time, could be just the ticket. So I think I'll wrap that video up. It's really kind of a short one, but I wanted to get out and try and do some urban photography, which I think I've been quite successful with. It is kind of street photography. I got a little bit of urban decay. I got some lines. Can't think what else I got there, so it's just funny sitting here. You see people walking by and you think, I know you. Hey, that's you. I prefer not to talk to you. It's a wrap. Thanks for watching, bearing with. Oh, and I tell you what, one of my videos on my other channel has gone crazy, 54,000 views. It's been up a year and it was only at like 1,000 views, and then suddenly people are clicking the like button, and you know what happens when you click like? It pushes the video out to a wider audience, and it's increased my subscriber count too. So if you got anything from this, if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, give it a like. Don't just watch it, give it a like, because that, I've discovered, is what pushes the algorithm. It's not subscriptions. It's not, I don't know, I was going to say it's not subscriptions. It's not notification bells. It's just a like, just a simple like. I'd really love it if you like this video, or if you don't like it, hit the dislike, because that still counts. But if you're just watching it and you're not doing anything, then it's all down to me, and I want it to be down to you as well. Bye for now. See you in another video.